What's up guys, this is Instructor Joe. So this video is part of a 3-episode series called Fundamentals of Marksmanship. Stay tuned and happy shooting. So today we're going to go over a proper sight picture. So I'm going to show you on different types of sights. Got your standard Glock sights right here and your 3-dot system. So when it comes to your sight picture, you always want to default into focusing on your front sight post right there. And it also ties along with your eye dominancy too. So if you don't know what your eye dominancy is, we'll go over a little quick exercise. So if you're doing this on your phone, you can set your phone down. If you're doing this on a computer, you can just step away from your computer like a good enough distance. Now keep your eye on this target right over here. What you're gonna do, you're gonna create a diamond with your hands. Now keep that target in focus with both hands, with both eyes open. Once you get that target in focus, keep it in focus and slowly bring the diamond to your eye. So with that in mind, your diamond is going to default to your eye dominancy. So for me, I'm right-handed, but I shoot with my eye dominancy is left eye. I always default to my right eye when I'm shooting, but it's easier if you're a new shooter to stick with your dominant eye when you're trying to focus on your target. Even if you're right-handed, it's easy to, when you're setting up your stance, just put your eye towards the target. You can put your left eye towards it and then just bring your gun up to your line of sight like so. So when you're bringing it in, just keep your eye, as I said, on focus, in line with your target. And when you're bringing up your gun to your line of sight, bring it up to that eye. Don't switch eyes. Even when you're switching hands, right hand, left hand, don't switch your eyes. So when you're bringing up the gun to your line of sight, you should already be at a comfortable position to where you can absorb the recoil. Knees generally shoulder width apart, toes pointed forward, a little bend in your knees. Upper body, you want to lean forward a little bit, so just a little bit to absorb that recoil. When you're getting your gun, good high grip. Remember, no space there, no space there. When you're bringing up the gun to your line of sight, you're just gonna push it straight out. You're not going fishing, and you're not bowling with the gun itself. If you see with my head, it's not bending down further to get to the line of sight. I'm putting the gun to the line of sight of my eye, right there. Head's not moving, it's right over there. And your focus point, as I said, it's always gonna be that front side post. So what that's gonna look like is this diagram right here. I don't know if it's gonna be clear, but as you see, the targets, you want your target to be a little out of focus, your rear sight to be out of focus. What matters is your front sight post. See right here, it's going to be at a it's going to be level with the rear sight, even light on both sides, right in the middle. Focus point should be right here, the tip of that front side post. Now, no matter what gun you get, a Glock, you try to get that in focus. Right there, for your proper sight picture on that, focusing on the front side post. The sights are going to be different, but it's always going to be defaulted, even with the rear side post. On like a 3-dot system, sometimes the dots are gonna be out of line. Don't trust the dots. Sometimes the dots, depending on how quality sights you have, are gonna be a little bit off. Just trust in the irons right there. Focus on the front side post, right in the middle. So that's the key on maintaining your sight picture. Focusing on that front side post, and then just concentrating on that front side post when you get it on there. So when you're pushing it out in front of you, just think about that front side post. I like to chant in my head, front side post, front side post, front side post, front side post, when I'm actually looking and aiming at a target. When you're target shooting, you have enough time in the world to just focus on that front side post. You're not gonna wanna think about anything else but that front side post. Even the trigger squeeze. Don't think about the trigger squeeze, which I'll get into the next video. Just think in your head. Front side post, front side post, front side post. Because when that gun reacts after you shoot it, you always want to get back to that front side post again. So when it reacts, then you want to get back to that front side post again and get to your trigger squeeze. So what I'm saying in that, don't look at your target when you're shooting. Load 3 to 5 rounds at a time in a magazine, and just after you shoot again, get back to that front side post. Don't shoot and see, just do those 3 to 5 rounds. Just bam, bam, bam. Always going right back to that front side post. So this is a concept you want to get used to when you're shooting, and especially if you're shooting faster and faster. Here at ASP, you can double tap. So if you ever see me shooting on my competitions or any videos, what I'm doing after I shoot the second round is getting back to that front side post again. So whether it's just your target shooting, getting back to that front side post, getting back to that front side post, or if you have an optic like I do on my competition model, it's getting to that dot. Again, just getting right back to that dot. It takes practice and some discipline, but it's okay to start it slow. So when you're shooting, just start off slow. Get right back to that front side post. Don't shoot again until you get back to that front side post. As I said, it takes a lot of discipline to get used to it, but it's okay to start off slow. When you're shooting at the range here, you can practice going from this position to your front side post right there. Just do 1 at a time, or just do your magazine 3 at a time. 1, 2, 3. Always getting back to that front side post. And you can see where your grouping are. The tighter your groupings are, shows your consistency. Shows you're doing the exact same thing every time. Like getting back to that front side post, proper grip, sight picture, and then you do your trigger squeeze. But always getting back to that front side post again after you shoot. Front side post, front side post, front side post. As you notice in this video, I keep on saying front side post a lot, because that's what I think about in my head every time I shoot. Front side post, front side post, front side post. Whether I'm shooting fast or target shooting, taking my time. I'm always getting back to that front side post. Just to recap on previous videos, you're getting your proper grip. Whether full size or compact, you're going into your proper grip. No space there, no space there. Hitch out your thumb, this hand in front of your other hand. 45-degree angle, grasp your hand, thumbs pointed forward. Next is getting into your proper sight picture. So you're pushing the gun up to your line of sight on your dominant eye. After that, we'll get into the trigger squeeze. Stay tuned for the next video. Thank you for being patient with me. Again, this is Instructor Joe. Happy shooting.